All right, let's get to it.
Okay. Look, I have a timer start button.
You do.
All
It
right.
was a tiny placenta. Who is this small placenta?
Good news, Teavy. Thancred and Urianger have finished their tour of Garlemald and are on their way back here even as we speak. As we still haven't heard anything on the towers from the Alliance, I'm hoping they might be able to shed some light on things. They're due to arrive any moment now, so let's see what they have to say, huh?
A. Tancred. Ah, a welcome party. You didn't have gone to the trouble. From what I hear, you've been more than busy enough as it is. Honestly, you might have waited for me to return before discovering a cure for tempering. As it is, I can't even pretend to have been involved. Well, if it's any consolation, I myself was little more than a spectator. The lion's share of the credit must go to Alizé, Graha, and Teavy, but I believe I speak for the rest of us when I say we are proud to have rendered what little assistance we could.
As you will also have heard, though, it hasn't all been tales of triumph. Just as we were taking a step toward finally addressing the primal threat, a pile of fresh problems landed in our lap. Anyway, it's good to have you back, though I can't help noticing that we're one Urianger short of a scouting party. You haven't lost him, have you?
Oh, I couldn't lose him if I tried. And I did try, repeatedly. But no, he decided to linger in Alamigo to apprise Rauban and the others of how the land lies in Garlemald.
Then mayhap you would do the same for us.
Indeed. It was just as Lee said. Worse, in fact. Devastation. As far as the eye could see.
Devastation.
Such devastation.
Such devastation.
Nerva and the Third, however, were notably by their absence. Notable
The Illard.
by their absence. The Illard. The Lord. The Lord. Might they have met their end at the hand of Xenos and Fandaniel? Perhaps. Or perhaps they simply lost the will to fight. You see, the capital has been plunged into a deathly silence, and with one exception, the Imperial Palace. It was a busy place before the war, but it has grown busier still, with throngs of soldiers and civilians working there day and night to rebuild, or rather transform it.
Transform it? Into what?
That is a difficult question to answer. The construction is vast and unsettling to behold, like something from a nightmare. According to Urianger, certain aspects of his design were clearly devised with the manipulation of either in mind. Magitech, in other words. Yet, as unnerving as said edifice was, it was nothing next to the sight of its builders. They swarmed the place like so many insects, working with nary a word exchanged between them. No one overseeing construction, no one barking orders. It was as if they were possessed, or tempered.
Tempered.
We wanted to investigate more closely, but given our suspicions, it seemed wiser not to take the risk. If Fandaniel could bind Bahamut to his will, we might we have done the same to the people of Garlemald? Whatever the truth may be, this information is certain to prove valuable. You have our thanks.
Are your shoes also glowy?
They're glowy and white.
Have they always been?
Yeah. Well, be sure to save some for Urianger, which reminds me, I have a message from Alamigo. Rauban is hosting a meeting to discuss the latest findings on the towers, and he requested our presence. Then why not leave that to us? You must be weary from your mission. No, I'm fine. Those towers have been on my mind since I spied one on the way back, and I'm keen to get to the bottom of this.
In that case, I shall stay and begin looking into another matter, as I promised Kryle. We need not all attend.
Very well. I suggest the rest of us make our way to Alamigo forthwith. The sooner we leave, the more time we will have to speak with Urianger before the meeting.
Forthwith.
Yeah, my shoes glow, see? Right.
Do you want to party up?
Yeah, but we're not in the same room.
Do you always have to come to Goblin to do this?
No, I now live in Goblin.
Oh, How'd you do that?
I have transferred. We
What?
are now both goblins.
How did you do that?
I requested a transfer. I had to pay.
How much?
It was like $10.
Real money?
Yeah.
Why'd you do that?
So that we can be both in the real world together.
We're only in the real world as far as Goblin is.
Yeah. So now we're both goblinites. We are now both residents of the goblin world.
Oh, wait, hold.
What's happening?
I just want to walk on my crab.
Oh, okay.
Look how cool he is.
You could have run here with your crab.
I could have. I should have. Isn't he so cool?
He's so cool. My friends, much and more have I heard of your travails in our absence. Heartened am I to see you all hale and whole, as we are to see you safely returned from your mission, Urianger. I trust Thancred made you feel welcome. Well, well, if it isn't Alphino and his merry band. Oh, we haven't finished your job quest.
Oh.
Ehrenwald, whatever are you doing here? When we spoke via Link Pearl, you told me you'd be away on a mission. And who's to say this isn't part of it? But enough of that. It's good to see you looking so similar. I thought you'd have grown a bit taller after a whole year in another world, but apparently not. I am sorry to disappoint you. While my soul may be a year older, my body has hardly aged, as you are well aware. And may I remind you that we Elezen are known to be late bloomers, especially in terms of our height. Mark my words, the day will come when even a great Auroch such as yourself will crane your neck to meet my eye.
Okay.
'Twas not until my 20th summer that I myself outgrew my boyish proportions, though Minbrida towered over me nonetheless.
Arenvald brings out the best in Alphino, doesn't he? They both seem so at ease in each other's company. It's almost endearing.
And so what exactly brings you here? Does he actually get taller and then Endwalker?
Right.
Because that'd be funny if he did. Oh, for Dola mostly. We need to go over a few things before we set out. Set out? Wait, does this have something to do with the towers? What gave you that impression? Actually, tell me later. You've got a meeting to go to. I'll see you afterwards, alright? So before we do this, let's finish your job quest because he's in it and so is Fordola.
Oh.
And so we get to find out what they've been doing before any of this stuff is happening. If Fordola is going with him, then that must mean... My apologies. As Ehrenwald rightly pointed out, we have a meeting to attend. Let us be about it.
About it.
Let's be about it. Okay. So you're going to go to Gridania.
Okay.
Oh, never mind.
Ere we begin, I would like to offer my gratitude to Masters Thancred and Urianger. Tis no small feat to infiltrate the Imperial capital and live to tell the tale, much less in times of civil war. Thanks to them, we may plot our course in full knowledge of how the winds blow in Garlemald.
Full glad are we to have been of service. But verily, such dangers as we did encounter pale into insignificance next to those faced by our comrades. An Ascian, armed with the might of Bahamut, bent on bringing about the final days.
Theatrix. He sought only to make a show of the power at the Teleforoi's disposal.
That's how you say it? Teleforoi. It's not Teleforoi.
Is that how we said it?
Yeah, I was listening to it. We kept saying Teleforoi.
Teleferoi.
What did he just say? I already forgot.
Teleferoi.
Teleforoi.
Teleferoi.
Teleforoi.
No, not telefono. Teleferoi.
Teleforoi.
Yeah. Like telephone, not like telefono. Holy shit.
But since then we have seen no sign of this Fan Daniel or his worm. And while we've done what we can to bolster our defenses, there's no telling where he might strike next.
Whenever and wherever it may be, we must use the intervening time to learn more of our enemy. 'Twas with this in mind that we dispatched scouts to investigate the towers.
Our advance party took longer than expected to return. And when they did, they tried to kill us. Luckily, I'd seen that sort of thing before, and we were able to restrain them before they did any harm. Then it was just a matter of letting the Porksies do their work.
Yeah, they look like zombies. There was a guy walking towards Lise, and then he was like, ah, and tried to attack her.
Right.
Yeah.
Are you saying they were tempered?
Quite right.
Quite right. Quite right.
Once they'd come back to their senses, they told us everything they could. It seems that just as they were getting close to the tower, they heard an ear-splitting roar. And that was the last thing they remembered. But what worries me most is what they were saying right before they attacked. Glory be to Garlemald.
Uh-oh.
The Tempered have heretofore ever been thralls to primal entities, yet these hapless souls were compelled to accept a nation as the object of their devotion. This calleth into question all that we know of the condition.
Would that the unsettling news ended there. Alas, there is more. Following the earlier reports of missing Amalja, we have learnt that other beast tribes have suffered similar losses. And we now have reason to believe that the abductions are connected to the appearance of the towers. Our scouts sighted black-garbed figures leading shackled Ixal in the direction of the tower in Dravania. The Temple Knights were able to intercept them before they could reach their den, liberating the Ixal and apprehending their captors, each of whom was found to be equipped with Garlean arms and armor.
So the Empire is the common thread.
With the support of Xenos, it seems likely that Fandaniel has rallied a faction of the splintered Garlean army to the banner of the Telophoroi.
Telophoroi. Got it.
Lord Hien reached the same conclusion when I shared our findings with Doma. The plan had been to march on Garlemald from the east and west in order to force a peace treaty. But the situation has changed. Dealing with the threat of the towers must come first. Given the nature of the enemy and the proven risk of tempering, I could think of few suitable candidates to aid in this task.
Oh, sorry.
But I am confident in my choice.
Us, obviously. Oh.
What?
Percival's here.
Resistant to primal influence as they are, they can investigate the towers without fear of being turned.
We are glad to put our gifts to use, Commander.
Gifted or not, going behind enemy lines remains a perilous undertaking. But we must know more if we're to strike back at our foe. I'm counting on you.
If it would give us the upper hand, I'd do it 100 times over. We won't let you down.
That concludes the briefing. You two, make ready and join your escort.
Is this foreshadowing? Is Ehrenwald gonna die?
Are you certain about this, Ehrenwald?
I am. Come on, let's talk outside.
Must be a cello.
There was a cello in there, yeah.
Okay, you're gonna go to Gridania.
Not to Ehrenwald.
No, not yet. We'll finish it after you go to Gridania. Yeah, that's what I was saying last week. And she was like, there's no other job quest. And I was like, there. But I could have sworn I picked it up and it said job quest.
Oh.
And it's also not listed on the job quest thing that we have. But yeah, you talked to her. But it is a job quest. It's just not blue.
Really?
Yeah.
Teavy! I was just about to contact the Scions to ask after my sister. And here you are to provide a report in person. What news? To the first? One of the 13 reflections, you mean? I had thought my field of expertise a complicated one, but I struggled to comprehend the enormity of your tale. Still, Stola seems to be faring well enough, and for that I am grateful. Ah yes, before I forget, I actually had a message to pass on to you. Do you recall Summoner Jaja Samu? I'm gonna go with Jaja Samu.
Yep.
Formerly of the Company of Heroes and current member of the Immortal Flame Summoner Squad. He commands both an Ifrit and Titan Edgy, and is likely one of the more seasoned... Well, I'm sure you remember. He's in Gridania on leave, as it happens, and asked me to direct you to the Carline Canopy should you stop by for one of your unpredictable visits. I believe he wished to consult you on some private matter. 'Twould be kind of you to lend him an ear if you've a moment or two to spare.
All right. The canopy is where we go to the inn to go to sleep.
I think they said 2 different ways.
They did. I think they did say it 2 different ways.
And Teleferoy and Talaferoy.
Where is he? I think he's here. Oh, there he is. Bloody hell. I was just thinking about you, and there you are.
There you're.
Mitra had word on my behalf, I take it. Well, let's not stand on ceremony.
Okay. Okay, the new.
I'll not mince words with you. I need some advice concerning summoners and Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat. They tell me you have special nature which prevents primals from enthralling your mind. So what I want to know is what you're thinking on being sent out to the front lines every time a beast tribe scrapes together a pile of crystals.
It's just the way of things.
That's just the way of things. Such is your fate, you mean. So you give in to the inevitable and fight because it's your duty to do so. Well, that's one way to looking at it. Me, I'm in it for the coin. Have been ever since I sold my spells with the Company of Heroes. Most of the soldiers I march with ain't much different. We're happy to put our lives on the line as long as there's a purse waiting for us at the end of the day. The pair what joined in on our last skirmish, though, now there's a whole nother story. You've heard of Ehrenwald and Ferdola, eh? The lad's one of the scions, same as you. No mystery there. As for the lass, she's a bit more complicated. Former officer in the Imperial Army, captured by the Resistance and steps away from the noose. Fighting for Alamigo as a conscript now, which is the only reason she'll still breathing. Barely more and sprouts, the both of them, and they're deployed with the flame to assist with down in Ifrit. From what I hear, they share your resistance to primal influence, and that's the whole reason they had the dubious honor of standing in the thick of the flames. Meanwhile, me and my fellow summoners were cowering in the shadows, sending out our AG to support these youngsters, but I've seen less than 40 summers between them. Can't say I cared much for the experience. It bothered me to think they was being made to fight a battle where what weren't theirs just because of who they are. Do you think you could talk to them for me? Ask how they feel about the whole thing. You're about the only person I can turn to. Methinks you'll find Ehrenwald in Ralger's Reach, and he'll know where to find Ferdola. I'll tell him to meet you by the Aetheryte. Okay. This is before any of that meeting just happened, so that's why he's here. Just FYI. CV, I heard you had returned from Jajasamu. What can I do for our honored champion?
Jajasamu? What? JJ Samu?
Jajasamu said that. We joined them against Ifrit, but I thought him more annoyed by our presence than concerned for our well-being. Huh. Why don't I save you some time and include Ferdola in this conversation? We can visit her in the cell over in the city. Oh, Bodrick, I did finish. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay.
Haha, Simu.
Oh. All right, that's good to know.
We were both wrong.
I finished my my tank role quest, which then led me into the end of my job quest as a pally. Oh, you're fine. They're not gonna talk. I don't think. I did this in silence. Yeah, I saw Brandon. Yeah. Good day to you, Ferdola. You again? Oh.
You again? And I see you've brought company. What is it now? Oh, it's not Haha Simu?
No, he's messing with you.
Oh, I can't, man. My thoughts on fighting primals? Is that what you came all the way here to ask me about?
I fight because I like the idea that I can help others. The feeling that my presence is needed. Not hard to explain, considering how my own mother decided she didn't want me around. And then there was that nightmare at the Waking Sands. Abba and Ollie gave their lives to save mine, and I strive to be the sort of man whose life was worth saving.
Not very honorable. But no such lofty ideals rule my actions. My own will doesn't come into it. Fighting was part of the deal when they conscripted me with the other convicts. I follow orders and I get to live. And if I died on the battlefield, no one would shed a tear.
Don't say that. You think I'd be glad to see you killed?
You'd be about the only person who wasn't. What about you, hero? You're usually the first one they throw into the dragon's maw. Let's hear what battles you've been made to fight. I was summoned to a world drowned in light.
That's what I picked too. She's just like, you're full of BS. That's what you are.
Right. You journeyed to another star to bring back the darkness? I'm not sure if you're the realm's greatest champion or the realm's greatest liar.
I believe you, Seavy, and want to follow the path you walk. Even if I could never hope to carry the same burdens, I can at least work towards having a sturdier back. Speaking of burdens, you know a little something about that, don't you, Fordola? You weren't fighting for yourself after all, but for your comrades. We are not so diff.
Don't pretend my gift is anything like yours. I wanted it. Asked for it even, but it got more burden than I bargained for. How many souls were sacrificed for that research? No, the power they gave me was tainted from the beginning. But if I can do some good with it, maybe they didn't die for naught. Satisfied? Then leave me be. I've got training to do.
If you're waiting for the lad in the silver army, he should be out here soon. She still snarls like a chained dog. Amidst all that growling though, she gave us a glimpse of her true self. Enough that I'll know when to lend a shoulder, even if she wouldn't let me see her suffering. Now, don't be getting the wrong idea. Same age, same homeland. I can't help but care a little about what happens to her. Anyway, I have my own training to think of. Give my regards to Summoner Jajasimu.
Haha, Simu.
Alright. Yeah. Shadowbringers in order to finish my job quest as a paladin. I didn't know that. You've been to see them two youngsters then. Huh. So that's the way of it, eh? Well, I shouldn't be surprised considering the example they've been given to follow. And now that I know how they're approaching these fights, I can adjust my own tactics accordingly. One's passionate and the other's reckless, so they'll both need some watchful support.
I think that Jajasimu sounds like Frank McCourt.
Who's that?
Okay.
Oh, yeah, he probably does. I'll do what I can to stand in for you, though I doubt I'll ever replace you. They'll call me the second best summoner in Eorzea. How's that for humble? Right, I think it's past time I was on my way. Give me best to you, Mitra. Seavy, and thanks for humoring me request.
Yeah, there you go. You're getting it.
What happened?
You're a regular Frank McCourt, man.
Oh, I am?
Everything went well with the lieutenant, I trust. It's fantastic. I won't pry into the details, but I'm glad to see you looking so content. To master summoning is an arduous journey, yet I imagine the going is made far smoother with a mentor such as you. I'm somewhat envious of your younger colleagues. And if I am to mirror their progress, I must not allow my own scholarly research to fall by the wayside. Good day to you, CD.
That's it. You can now be called the Far Caller if you want.
Cool.
If you would like to be that your title.
Le Poisson!
What are you doing?
Where are you?
In the map. I mean, you can fly over these buildings so that you don't actually have to use the streets. What are you, a plebe or something? What is happening here?
Well, I meant to ride my shell over there.
Oh.
I forgot that it was like a windy little road.
Now that it's out in the open, I don't have to keep it under my proverbial hat anymore.
Le Petite Mermaid.
It took that long.
So you know, I've already gone through all the formalities at the Rising Stones. Made sure to inform Jamoldva and Vamar at Ralga's Reach as well.
Was it? What's she? Jamoldva
and Vamar.
Okay. I thought he was Irish there for a second.
I think he is.
Arenvold, I admire your enthusiasm, but this is far more dangerous than anything you have done before.
I know the risks. And I also know what's in store if we don't stop Fandaniel from carrying out his plan. With this power of mine, I can make a difference. If I stood idly by, I would regret it for the rest of my life.
And you, Fordola? Is this what you want?
Now we have some backstory on there.
What are you asking me for? It's not like I have any say in the matter.
Don't pretend. We both know Commander Aldin gave you a chance to refuse, and you didn't.
So the Empire's finished, is it? Well, that's what they're all saying. That the great and glorious Garlemald slit its own throat. And now, from out of its twitching carcass crawls the Telophoroi with bloody Xenos at its head!
Telophoroi.
I fought for Garlemald. Killed for Garlemald. What was I part of? I need to know. Whatever it is, I need to know.
Very well. If your hearts are set on this, I shall not stand in your way.
If you've finished with your touching display of camaraderie, I have a question. Which tower are you planning to investigate, exactly?
Well, the one in Girabani is said to be tightly guarded. It's patrol after patrol out there, apparently. We'd be spotted before we got anywhere near it. Which is why we've set our sights on the one in Pagalthan instead. There shouldn't be anything like as many Imperials to worry about down there.
Even so, I doubt the local Amalja will look kindly on it if they catch you sneaking around in their territory.
Fordola and I had a chance to learn the lie of the land in our previous forays there. We might still find trouble, but at least we won't lose our way.
Because they were out killing Ifrit.
Well, we'd best not keep them waiting any longer.
Mayhap when all of this is over, we could take another trip to Loxeld. I would have you know I've become a rather capable swimmer since our last visit.
I'll believe that when I see it. Though, to be fair, getting into deep water does seem to be a scion's lot in life. Take care, eh?
Just leaving her behind.
It means a lot, you know. You coming with me.
I'll still owe you for saving my skin, don't I? Can't return the favour if I'm not there.
I dare say you'll get your chance before long. That Fandaniel sounds like a tricky customer. Too much for the likes of me, anyway. But we both know I'd just be another soldier if it weren't for my gift. And I need to be a damn sight more than that given what's coming. I realise I can't hold a candle to a hero like the Warrior of Light, or Alphino, for that matter. He might look like he's 12, but he's seen more action than most people see in a lifetime. No, the fact is I'm nothing like them, and maybe I never will be. But I'll be damned if I don't try. They're counting on me. On us. So let's give it our all.
Theory, Fordola's gonna die, saving Ehrenwald. Somehow by trying to stop primal energies.
Ah, bloody thing. Can you hear me? It's Tataru.
He has to go pick up his dragon buddy.
Even if we set out this instant, he may already have left by the time we arrive. Have her send the Bonanza to Ishgard. It may prove useful should we need to give chase.
Gladly. I'll see to it as soon as Kryl and I get back to the Rising Stones. Good luck.
Why don't they just put it on speaker?
I wish you every success in your search for our elusive friend. May we all meet again ere long.
Da-na-na. Just some context. We are there. Oh, there's a dungeon here. Let's see if we get to that today. So Estinian was bound for Ishgard. Whatever it is that brings him home, we must hope it will keep him there long enough for us to find him. Come, there is no time to lose. All present? Good. Let us split up and search for Estinian. Since
We're relatively new to this place. Graha and I will look around the open spaces, squares and markets and whatnot. You and Teavy can delve into the nooks and crannies.
Very well. Let us reconvene at the airship landing later, with or without Estinian. Good luck. I think I shall begin at the Sky Steel manufactory. So perhaps you could try the congregation? No.
Firmalbert.
Firmalbert.
Good evening to you, Warrior of Light. Lord Emmerich sent word that you would be attending the meeting in Alamigos, so I gather you have not come in search of him. To what then do we owe the pleasure of your visit?
Looking for our friend.
I see. No, we were not aware Sir Estinian had returned to Ishgard, but as I expect you remember, he is wont to come and go as he pleases. Mayhap he came seeking an audience with Lord Emmerich only to find him absent. In any event, I'm afraid I cannot help you. Perhaps one of your companions has fared better.
She didn't even want to try and help. She was just like,
nope.
No, well, ask your friends. Maybe they found him. Instead of being like, well, let me ask the guards and see if they could find him throughout the city.
No sign of him. Not that I've ever met him before, but the way Alphino goes on about him, I'm fairly sure I could pick him out in a crowd.
Speaking of which, it does seem awfully quiet. If the erstwhile Azure Dragoon had returned to Ishgard, would it not be a source of general excitement?
He's like a ninja dragoon.
First the Scion's Coinkeeper, and now you. I'm beginning to think these meetings are more than mere coincidence. Not that I'm complaining. It's been too long.
Too long?
You look an ilm taller and twice as rugged. It suits you, Alphino.
He did not. That is messed up.
Quieter, though. Have you been giving him lessons on how to be the strong, silent type?
I am not Alphino! If the two of you are such firm friends, perhaps you should remember what he looks like. And what do you mean, rugged? Oh, had my brother mentioned what an oaf you are, I'd never have bothered looking for you in the first place.
Estinian Wormblood, the Azure Dragoon. He who fought and felled the dread worm Nidhogg at the Warrior of Light's side. To think the day would come when I should see this living legend with my own eyes.
What's happening in this scene?
Would someone mind explaining what is going on?
Is everything all right? I thought I heard Alize shouting. Estinian! It's been too long.
So Alize is taller than Alphino.
No, it's quite understandable. That was hardly the first time we've been confused for one another. Nor, I suspect, will it be the last.
Well, I, for one, will not be making that mistake again. What I will say, for the second time today, is that you've grown. Inside and out. I can tell.
One can't remain a spoiled little lordling forever, you know.
At least someone's having a good time. You know, when we were growing up, Alphino would never befriend other boys because he couldn't stand the thought of not being in charge. But maybe that's changed. He seems just as happy around Estinian as he does Arenvald.
I'm gonna pick... Well, you can't keep him all to yourself forever. Let's see.
I wouldn't be so sure. He still loves nothing better than the sound of his own voice.
Let's see what it says on the other one.
Keep him to my... You're joking, aren't you? I'd be glad if someone would take him off my hands.
It's different. They had them both voiced.
Fantastic.
That's cool.
No rest for the righteous, eh? Speaking of which, I was just on my way to borrow an airship to take me to Aziz La.
You don't need that. You got Race Felger.
How could I forget? The dragon with whom Bahamut shared the deepest of bonds.
Oh, Twintania.
Aye, Tiamat,
Tiamat,
his mate. Even now she remains imprisoned on Aziz La, though her remorse binds her faster than any shackle.
I see. As the one who first summoned Bahamut, you believe she may be able to shine some light on his latest incarnation.
Might I suggest that we make the journey to Azizlar together? I'm not sure if Tataru mentioned this, but we Scions have an airship of our own now.
I see no reason why not. Assuming your sister can bear the thought of sharing a deck with me.
Be my guest. But confuse me with Alphino again and I'll throw you overboard. I don't know who he thinks he is, but he's nothing like Alphino painted him to be.
Love it.
I will admit, he is not exactly as I imagined him either. Based on what I had read of the man, I think I was expecting someone a little less blunt.
What did they write about him? This is kind of weird.
I mean, is she not?
I don't think so. Oh, it's not worth it. It has been quite some time since last I set foot in Azizla, but I understand the three of you were here rather more recently. I don't suppose you chanced to meet with Tiamat during your visit. Alas not. We had not cause to set foot here in the Delta Quadrant, but I have studied the relevant records, which is not to say I wouldn't appreciate a first-hand account of your dealings.
Well then, Seavy is the person to ask. As far as I know, she's the only one of us to have met Tiamat face to face. Even now, she remains a prisoner of the Allegan Empire.
She does. Willingly.
Ever since the end of the war with Mericidia,
Yep.
Yes, to have been held captive for so long.
I too have met with Tiamat. After the Dragon Song War came to a close, I came here to speak with her. A worm who had fought her own war against man in another age. I wished to know if she had yet harbored thoughts of vengeance, and asked as much. She said no. My hatred for your kind was extinguished long ago, but the guilt she feels for resurrecting Bahamut burns on undimmed. It torments her, even now. I see. And your original reason for coming here was out of concern that Tiamat had been forced to summon Bahamut. Nidhogg is a part of me. I feel his emotions as my own, and I know that he would not allow his sister to be made a tool of evil. In his absence, it falls to me to watch over her. Must be a dungeon. They're giving us lots. Oh, pizza.
Pizza. Is it pizza night?
It is pizza night.
High five. My sire's mortal companion, what bringeth thee back to this forsaken place, child of man?
It's plain she knows naught of recent events. Perhaps you should enlighten her.
That my sins should be repeated. I sensed not the faintest stirring. As to who could have called him forth, I know none save the dragons of Mericidia, our children. The Icon claimed their souls when first he manifested, and robbed of their will, they became tools for the Allagan's dark design.
I've seen it with my own eyes. Captives of a lost empire, neither alive nor dead, existing only to preserve Bahamut's corporeal form.
Corporeal form. Yes, the dragons of Mericidia are at the mercy of this Ascian. There can be no other explanation. Accursed Ascians, vile minions of darkness. You would profane the memory of my beloved and strip our children of their freedom, their dignity. Are there no depths to which you will not stoop? She's intense.
Yeah, she is.
Your children's pain means nothing to them. They laugh at your kind suffering, but tears will not right this wrong, nor will lamentation see the perpetrators punished.
What wouldst thou have from me, slayer of dragons?
Behavior befitting a great worm. We came here to ask mighty Tiamat of the First Brood, consort of Bahamut, mother of the dragons of Mericidia, what she intends to do about the crimes committed against her children.
It's a lot of titles. Is that what it translated
That was
to?
a direct translation.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, it did.
Were I free, I would answer thine insolence with fire, but words shall have to suffice. Recall, mortals, that it was I who did first summon my beloved, praying with all my being to bring him forth. You who contend with icons cannot well be ignorant of the consequence.
You too were exposed to his influence. That you are yet in possession of your own will is testament to the indomitable strength of your soul. But were you to meet with Bahamut again, you fear you might succumb.
It's okay, we have a Porky.
Porksy. Indeed. Ask the Dragon Slayer, and he will tell thee the power we of the First Brood wield. Were I to lose myself to the Icon's influence, all would be the price. But it is of little matter. For even had I the strength to resist, I yet lack the strength to break my shackles. This prison shall be my tomb.
On the matter of Bahamut's influence, at least, I believe we can be of some assistance.
We have a Queen
If you're
Porksy.
afraid of being enthralled, don't be. We have a cure. And while we've never tried it on one such as you, its basic principles are universal.
Speakest thou in earnest?
There is no future for those bound to the past. That you committed a terrible sin, I do not dispute. But if you feel remorse, you may yet make amends. We offer you that chance. Take it, or you will forever remain a prisoner. Not of these cruel shackles, but of your own guilt.
That's how it goes. A chance to make amends. To lay Bahamut's memory to rest. When our own star faced annihilation, Hydaelyn granted us sanctuary. And now your foes would bring about her destruction. This I cannot allow. For the debt I owe to Hydaelyn and to all who have suffered for my sins, I shall fight with you, children of man.
My plan worked, he said, in his head.
Okay.
While Porksies have been shown to be effective in curing the tempered, Tiamat must be considered a special case. She is far, far larger and immeasurably more powerful than any subject treated thus far. Were we to remove her restraints only to find that the process had failed, we would be hard-pressed to contain her. Yeah, just a little bit.
Then, before going ahead, we should learn as much as we can about the exact nature of her condition. Do you suppose we can find that information here?
Why, yes, we can. We can indeed. The Allagans kept detailed records on all their notable captives, and I know exactly where to look. We shall leave that to you then. In the meantime, the rest of us can turn our thoughts to the removal of those shackles. I know Alphino and Teavy here well enough, but not you. Are you certain you're ready to see this through? Rest assured, Sir Estinian, that I am both ready and willing to give my all for the sake of this star, though that is not my only reason for wanting to set Tiamat free. While I do not claim to know all of her sorrows, I too once found myself in a prison of despair, and I well understand how hard it can be to dare to dream of escape. It took the encouragement of braver souls than I am to make me take the step towards a brighter future, and now I would help Tiamat do the same. I gather you are not as young as you look. I'm about 400 years old.
Thanks.
Mayhap when our work here is done, we could trade tales over a pot of Tataru's famous tea, and be indebted to her for the leaves and hot water. I think not.
Yay.
I see. Returning swiftly to the task at hand, then. I believe the nodes governing Tiamat's restraints are located in the sector known as the flagship. Ah yes, we are familiar with it. The etherochemical research facility in particular. Oh, you may wish to take this, a spirit vessel containing a small amount of my blood. Just drop it on the ground for you.
Which you just happen to be carrying around with you.
I suppose that could seem rather odd. To explain, Rambros, Uyanje, and I are researching the use of spirit vessels in the transference not only of memories, but the trace of certain bloodlines, and so I keep one at the ready should an opportunity to test our theories arise. As for its use to you, you may recall that during our previous visit, the nodes here granted access to restricted functions, having identified me as a being of royal blood. And armed with that spirit vessel, I posit that they will do the same for you, even in the absence of, well, the rest of me. It seemed worth a try at least. Agreed. We will take good care of it. To the flagship then.
To the flagship.
What happened?
It was so animated, and then he's the only one that just turned around and walked away calmly.
Oh, it's where we fought all those folk. Would you like to ride in my...
I'm already half there.
Whatever.
Well, I don't mean to be. What's up?
So fast. Why are you moving so fast, huh?
I'm just on it.
You're just moving so fast. Look at this big ship. That's me. Where are you going?
Where are they?
You didn't see me going down.
I didn't see them right there. Goodness.
Let us split up and search the flagship for the node that controls Tiamat's restraints. But should you find a likely candidate, do not be tempted to make any adjustments. It would not do to accidentally release some manner of experimental monstrosity, nor less Tiamat herself in her current state. Our objective at this stage is simply to identify the relevant node or nodes. Once we have learned what we can, we can reconvene and compare notes prior to proceeding.
Data link with Delta Quadrant broken. Possible cause, intruder interference. Advised deployment of automated combat units. Proceed. Bloop bloop. Warning. Scheduled dragon restraint maintenance due in minus 2020 years. Failure to verify system integrity may result in unscheduled specimen release.
It's a malodorous node.
Friction between metallic components detected. Temperature increasing to critical levels. Please replace damaged parts or retreat to a safe distance.
I am afraid, Estinian, I have little to show for our efforts. Did you find anything?
Yeah, I found things. I did. A node which smelled like burned hair.
Let's see, the malodor. That's not the answer.
Malodorous.
Huh, I know the one. Though I thought the stench more akin to fire in a manure shed. It seemed likelier to explode than grant our wish. Surely there must be another.
Manure. Manure is not a bad word.
Manure?
Ma. It's ma, which is good, and nua, which is good.
So it's a good.
It's manure.
Gotcha. I have no idea what this reference
This
is.
is George
Oh.
Seinfeld.
That's who it sounded like, but I don't remember it.
Yeah. He's talking to the lady in the park about it.
Oh.
Anyway. Yes, a chirruping node which spontaneously warned me about neglecting the dragon restraint.
Spontaneously, you say? Well, that does sound promising. Almost suspiciously so, in fact. But then you were in possession of the spirit vessel. I dare say it is indeed the node of which Graha spoke. And it was chirruping, you say? Very well, let us take a look. You just see my T-Rex floating.
I did. Bloop, bloop. You do not have the requisite access privileges. Operation of the dragon restraint mechanisms may only be undertaken by the chief technologist and members of the royal family.
Or those with a vessel full of royal blood, perhaps.
Bloop. New user detected. Commencing biometric authentication. Bloop. Authentication complete. User identified as member of the royal family. Please state your name. I am Alfino Leveilleux.
But that's just confusing. Amusing as you may find my name, I must ask that you use seavyteavy.
Username changed. Welcome, seavyteavy. You may operate the dragon restraint mechanisms when ready. Bloop, bloop. Error. Unable to disengage restraints of the specimen. Tiamat, a system update is required.
Oh no, it needs a Windows update. A system update? What do you suppose it's asking of us?
I could hazard a guess.
Well, that's more than I can say, confounded bloody thing.
User agitation detected. Initiating guidance program. Bloop. In order to operate the restraint mechanism, I require access to the central control system. However, I am unable to establish a link to said system due to the obsolescence of my own software. This issue can be resolved by applying a system update using the corresponding terminal located within the flagship.
So, can this thing release the restraints? It can, but only once it has received the requisite system update, as far as I can tell.
Don't you hate that?
Yeah.
I hate it when that happens.
Until which time it'll float there spewing nonsense.
User dissatisfaction detected. Initiating placation protocols. Bloop. I am here to help. Rest assured that I will be on hand to guide you through every step of the system update process.
How gratifying. But I dare say we will fare better with guidance than without it. Oh, silly bleep bloop. That's my mouth. This bleep bloop is my mouth.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Guiding user to terminal. This way, please.
Da-da-da-da. Bleep bloop. Let's see if I stand next to bleep. Oh, nope. Keep going to the right. And then left.
Oh.
Don't touch the wrong ball.
Oh, that's funny.
See, I told you it's my mouth.
Where'd you get that?
From PvP and stuff. Let's see. According to the terminal, the central control system is presently employing software version 56.135. Dare I ask which version you are employing? Why, software version 42.002, of course. Bleep bloop. Warning. Errors detected in this data management system. Estimated time required for update 5 years and 1 day. But that's a long time. You need just like a faster way to update. That is rather longer than we were hoping. Are there any other options? For instance, using this terminal to operate Tiamat's restraints instead?
Bloop. The proposed method is indeed an option. Please be warned, however, that the procedure may have changed as a result of the system update and my instructions may no longer be accurate.
Well, I can't imagine it will have changed all that much. As long as we pay due attention to any discrepancies, I dare say we shall be able to muddle our way through. Don't bother trying to explain. Just tell me if we've made any progress. I would say so, yes, it does. However, require that I remain here to operate the terminal. I shall inform you via link pearl once I'm ready to release the shackles. It might be best if you left the spirit vessel with me. I may yet have use for it. Rest assured, I will be certain to return it to Gratia once this is over. Just passing out his vials of blood. Would you like to touch my blood? Just a little more work and Tiamat will be free. But before we go any further, there is something I would know. When Tiamat and her kin fought against the Allegan Empire, both sides were but dancing to the tune of the Ascians. And it was the same in Ishgard, where they stoked the fires of conflict between man and dragon from the shadows. All that the Ascians touch turns to ash, and thus have you made it your mission to fight them. But there have been times when you tried to reach out to them instead, to find common ground. And so I must ask, What do you intend to do with Daniel? Will you try and reach out to him too?
Enemy or no, I want to understand it.
Oh, but did he not tell you that he was beyond reason? If he wishes to die, I say we oblige him. I said the other one where we wiped the smile off his face. Huh, I'd rather put my lance through his heart and be done with it. But perhaps that's the difference between you and me. You see the good in people, even if it be the faintest glimmer. I only hope you do not come to rue your benevolence. You think us unwise for viewing the world thus? Far from it. That has ever been your way, as I learned when we journeyed together with Iceheart. Yet the fact remains that there are some who view compassion as a weakness to be exploited, and there may come a time when you extend the hand of friendship only to wish that you had dealt the killing blow. So, save your mercy for those who deserve it. Well, we should be getting back to our task. If Alphinaud has things in hand here, I suggest we rejoin the other. Incoming. Estinian told me all is well, but nothing more. Honestly, it's like getting blood out of a stone with him. I take it from Alphinaud's absence that he's needed elsewhere.
Well, that all sounds rather frustrating, but you got there in the end. While you were off talking to nodes, Graha and I were learning as much as we could about Tiamat's condition.
Our readings confirmed that her ethereal balance leaned strongly towards the umbral, as was the case with the kobolds. Therefore, all things being equal, the treatment should work. The difficulty lies in the sheer quantity of either that with which we must contend. Multiple applications of the treatment will inevitably be required if we are to reverse the effects of the tempering completely. We just gotta ask her big bro, man.
Meaning I'll need all the ether I can get. Thanks in advance.
Although this endeavor will ask much of us, we do have one reason to be optimistic, namely that Tiamat shows no sign of fanatical devotion, suggesting a milder case of tempering than that suffered by the kobolds. Tiamat saw Bahamut as an equal rather than a god. Might that have made a difference?
She would not have believed it necessary to defer to his will. But I'm counting on you, Angelo.
Say pork, say.
Ah, such warmth. Why did that sound like that?
Ah.
The frost that shroudeth my soul doth begin to thaw. But what are these? Visions of days long forgotten? Of war with the men of Alag? Wherefore do such baleful memories return to me now?
Wherefore art thou, Romeo?
Do you know what wherefore means?
Yeah, where are you? Could it be that the process of restoring her soul to its pre-tempered state is awakening ancient memories? Or might the opposite be true? If so, by helping her to recall the past, we may be able to speed her recovery.
Wherefore is not where.
Oh.
Wherefore is why.
Well, then why didn't they just say why?
Wherefore didn't they say why?
Yeah.
Because wherefore sounds cool.
Wherefore does why?
Why does why?
Exactly.
Yeah, that whole poetry thing or whatever.
Oh yeah, it's yeah.
It's not where are you, Romeo, it's why are you.
Why are you, Romeo? Why does that make sense?
Why she's asking why his family is what it is.
Oh.
There's that. That's
all right.
Names.
Yeah, well, I got that.
So she's asking why is he a Romeo?
Oh, is that his last name?
No.
Oh, okay. That's what I thought. Then why Romeo?
Man, I can't. I don't have all of these answers for you.
See, this is why poetry is weird. It should just be very straightforward.
What Bodrick said was, why are you the one that I love?
Oh, like that guy from the movie.
Which movie?
The Christmas movie, where he's like, "No, I don't want to be here," and he continues to like ravage this girl's face. What's his name? Greg?
No. Do you know what he's referencing, Bodrick? We joke about this all the time now. What are you referencing?
I don't know. It's like this Christmas movie. It's old, from like the 60s. Is it from the 60s or the 70s or something like that?
He's referencing It's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah.
Wasn't that the best reference ever?
Was it 60, right?
No.
How long ago was this movie?
Oh God, when was it made? The 40 something?
40s. It's old.
Yeah, for sure. Like,
oh yeah, because it was
Second
like
World
during
War.
the war and stuff. I mean, that was part of the plot in the movie. But yeah, he was like ravaging this girl's face, like, no, I don't want. No, I'm not staying here. I'm not. Why is he like destroying her face?
Why is he doing that? He's ravaging her.
Yeah.
He's romancing her. You want the moon, Mary?
I'll catch the moon. I'll lasso the moon for you.
Lasso the moon for you. Why, Mary? Forceful Christian kisses were so hot. Oh, so good. Oh my God.
Yeah, he did not know how to communicate his feelings very well.
Why, Mary? Why?
Why?
I don't want to get married. I don't want to get married, Mary. I don't want to love you, Mary.
And
but I do. I love you so much, Mary.
He did it, man. He just wanted to go freaking travel all over the world, but instead he is stuck in this town because he didn't know how to properly communicate his wants.
That was part of it.
No, it is just it's a weird movie. Yet we watch it every year.
We have to watch it every year because It's a Wonderful Life, man. It's a Christmas movie.
It's not a wonderful. He did not like do any. He could have just.
The end was A Wonderful Life. He had it was
could
a good
have just
ending.
put in some PTO. I mean, he freaking owned the bank, right? he owned the bank. He could simply say, "Hey guys, I'm going on vacation for 2 weeks."
He could have put in some PTO. What's wrong with him?
Right?
He didn't know how to communicate with his wife. He didn't know how to communicate with his kids.
Yeah.
He didn't know how to communicate at work.
Yeah.
This dude is just so far from effective, nonviolent, and it's just unreal.
But
man.
somehow
year is
he
this?
like was like the best banker ever.
I think it's because he was like compassionate and he was a community man.
Yeah, and the rest of everyone was like, "Oh, thanks for giving me money. Here's your money. If you need help, we'll give you money."
Right. The moral of the story is to do good by people,
I mean, I
and
get
it'll
it.
come back to you.
But man, he did not get to go travel anywhere.
That wasn't the point.
It was his main struggle for the entire movie was like trying to shed the fact that he can't travel anymore.
I don't think that was the main point, bro.
But it's like it was
I think
main
you missed
struggle.
that.
It was his main struggle.
I mean, it's why he didn't want to get married and shit.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's like the main point of the movie.
Even in his honeymoon, he couldn't go anywhere. He got a broken house where the
That she fixed up.
knobby thing kept coming off.
That's the. What is wrong with you? Why don't you see?
I mean, I get it. It was
Do
very
you,
nice at
though?
the end. Yeah. There's just a lot of things
Oh my God.
There was a lot of unnecessary struggling in that movie.
Sure, there was. It was like the 40s, right? I mean,
Yeah.
there's a lot of unnecessary struggling all the time, though.
Like I said, he could have just filed some PTO. Anyway.
What a tangent.
Let's get back
What
to
happened?
Grati.
Oh, God.
This is how I interpret movies sometimes.
Wherefore did wherefore happen? Wherefore?
All right. Look, we're unlocking Tiamat's memories.
Okay.
And we're
all right.
speeding up her recovery.
Okay. This will be.
All right, here we go.
This will be a break after this.
Well, yeah.
A great break
It's
point.
It's gonna be a good stopping point.
Because Lego is looking at me.
He's all right.
He's aight.
He's all right. We got 12 minutes. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Wherefore art thou, Lego?
Yeah. What? Like, how's that even? Like, why art thou, Lego? Why art thou?
Why at thou? What? What are you saying?
Wherefore art thou?
Art.
Wherefore art thou?
Art.
Oh, so why art thou, Lego?
Yes.
Why is he art?
What? Yeah. Why are you Romeo?
Oh.
Why are you Lego?
Okay. Okay.
I think after all that, TV is still confused.
I'm
So
not. It's okay. I understand Shakespeare
I think
better than
logically
most.
you get it. Where zero?
All right, let's do this so we can go on break.
This is great.
We're about to release one of the big dragons.
I know this is a really big moment. Get your giggles out. God, wherefore art thou a giggler?
My giggles are gone.
Your giggles or your giggles?
Both.
Bad.
Yeah. All right, go on. Let's see.
All right. Did you? If so, by helping her to recall the past, we noticed her recovery.
Care to tell you of times past.
All right. Good stuff. I say, tell me of Bahamut and the Asians.
Yeah.
Bahamut, my beloved. Would that the peace we found in Mericidia could have lasted for eternity. But alas, it was not meant to be. It was not to be. The Asians saw to that. In all creation, I know of none more wicked. It was at their behest that the men of Alag first came unto Mericidia, unto our home. The tale began when Bahamut and I left our father's side. We took wing in search of a place to make our eyrie.
Yeah.
Eyrie. Beyond the southern ocean, we discovered a lush and fertile land. It would come to be known as Mericidia by the children of men, though many years were to pass before they crossed the seas. Upon our arrival, we were welcomed by the peaceful people of the forest, kin to the trees. Surrounded by nature's bounty, Bahamut and I found a place to raise our young.
That's them, tiny dragons.
See as tiny babies.
Fascinating. This correlates with the writings of the Charlian scholar, Rurusha. She posits that man first settled on the southern continent towards the end of the second astral era. Correctly, it would appear. If only she were with us to hear the tale from Tiamat herself.
Again, Angelo. When first the children of man arrived on our shores, no foot did they set in those places over which we held dominion. Such was their fear of dragonkind. And as they kept their distance, so did we let them be. Yet, as the days went by, ship after ship appeared upon the horizon, bearing even more of their brethren, who divided the vast land amongst themselves. For a time, they knew peace and prosperity, but as their numbers grew, the smaller their share came to seem, and soon they began to covet the territory of their fellows. Ere long, man fought man. Blood was answered with blood, and none could see an end to the strife, until one day they came to us. Recognizing our wisdom, they entreated us to intercede in their conflicts. Bahamut agreed, and with him presiding over the affairs of men, the land knew peace once more. Alas, those golden days of harmony, too, were fated to end. For the men of Alag slew my beloved, and I, in my rage and sorrow, heeded the envenomed words of the Asians. The rest thou knowest only too well.
She's dying over here.
Dang, Alice. But your tale doesn't have to end there. When you're free, we'll rid the world of the Asians together, and you and your beloved will have justice.
Fine sentiments, but you're almost spent. I'll keep watch from above if the treatment fails. Run.
Ugh. Thanks for the vote of confidence. I swear when this is over.
Keep going, Alize. The magic is working.
Well, I knew this wasn't going to be easy. No patient could have prepared me for treating a great worm. But we're close. I can feel it. And while I've only got a few more drops of ether left to give, with yours and Graha's, this will work.
Then I believe I speak for both of us when I say that you may take as much as you require.
Careful, I might hold you to that. All right, here I go.
I think this is a talkie-talkie scene now.
No, I'm almost there.
Come on, Alizé, you got this.
Wow.
This is it, Angelo.
This is it. This is it. Yes, I feel it. The icon's grip groweth weak.
Did it work?
We won't know for certain until the shackles are removed.
Oh, to me this, children of man. Can my kindred be saved in like manner?
Many have been subjected to the Allagan's dark arts. Their flesh irrevocably altered. For such tortured souls, I fear there can be no salvation.
My children, should you hearken unto my call, we shall fly together once more. But should you not, I shall grant you peace. Better to die than live as a tool of evil. You too would wish this, I know, and I shall do as I must.
When that time comes, you won't be alone. We'll stand by you.
Thou hast my gratitude, little one.
Alphino's ready. It's time.
They're just like stabbing her in the tail. Wow. They're like wings on wings on wings.
Bahamut, my beloved. Vengeance and atonement. I ride.
She has like wings in her wings. She big.
Urianger, your timing could not be better. Understood, we're on our way. It's Bahamut. He's been sighted over Pagalthan.
Oh.
He flies for the largest amount of settlement in the region, at the head of a vast host, including dragons.
Did you hear all that, Alphino? You'd best rejoin your comrades.
What was that? I don't know what that was.
Our enemy awaits, shall we?
Oh, that was the timer.
Oh.
Shall we?
Oh. What? She didn't say you could ride her. He just straight up jumped up there.
Well, what else is he gonna do? He's a dragoon.
I mean, yeah, but she didn't exactly say, yeah, come on up. All right.
Right?
While I'm sure you're desperate to join Estinian and Tiamat in battle, it would be wiser to gather the full strength of the Scions first. The foe we face demands no less.
Pineapple salad.
Pineapple salad.
There you go.
All right. Let's see where we are. What is it called? It is called
The Flames of War.
All right.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, we're almost done.
Do you want to just do it?
All right.
Do you want to take a break and come back?
We're gonna take a break, finish this. No, we're gonna go take a break, and then we're gonna finish 5.5.
Or now. Yeah, or now. Well, dog has been looking at me for
And
like
then
30 minutes to go outside.
Once we finish 5.5, we will move on.
MG?
Yeah.
MGS.
For a few minutes.
For a few minutes, yeah.
We're gonna cut into Metal Gear time.
Just a little bit.
All right. RB.
RB.
What is this? We're back. Sort of back. I still have to finish my sandwich. I still think this is a great song. I think it's a great mount music. All right. I guess we're doing this now.
All right, let's do it.
Gonna finish 5. I've already sent word to the others. We are to rendezvous in Ul'dah at the Hall of Flames. Let us collect Alphino and be on our way.
About it.
I think I'm gonna teleport us there, because that'd be great.
About to open this door.
Why?
I'm warm.
Oh.
Are
Okay.
you cold?
A little bit, but you can open the door if you want.
I don't want to make you miserable.
I'm not miserable. Now I know some of you could do with the rest, but I'm sorry to say the Telefroy.
Oh, what?
The Telophoroi have other plans. Pagothan is already under siege. Happily, the immortal flames just arrived just in time to join the defensive effort, with Marshal Tarpin at their head. Well now, given the failure of the peace negotiations, I was uncertain how the Sultanate would respond. It's good to hear that Ul'dah has not abandoned the Amaja.
Abandon them? Did we not profess to be their friends?
Oh my gosh, he's a king now. Your Grace!
Marshal Terrapin had made provisions for such an exigency. Exigency.
Oh.
And was ready to depart at a moment's notice. All that was required was the agreement of the syndicate, each of whom voted in favor of intervention. Nor is Ul'dah alone in its resolve. The other alliance nations have likewise dispatched their troops to Pagothan. Yet even with our combined strength, we shall be sorely tested, for we face not only the might of an imperial legion, but Lunar Bahamut and his draconic horde besides. Tiamat's children. Fight as we may, victory is by no means assured. But not all of the omens are grim. Our forces report that despite their proximity to Lunar Bahamut, none of the Amaja show any signs of tempering. Strange. What primal would turn down a chance to claim new thralls? Unless it is incapable of doing so. Primals are not wont to serve a master, Ascian or otherwise. It may well be that Lunar Bahamut differs in some fundamental manner from... If that were true, anyone could fight him. And Seavyteavy and others like her wouldn't have to shoulder the burden alone. Be that as it may, Lunar Bahamut remains an incalculably powerful foe whom our soldiers will struggle to best through mere force of arms. With the aid of the Scions, however, I believe they will fare rather better. Assuming, that is, you are ready to take the field. An airship awaits to bear you to the front. Pray set forth as soon as you are able.
Got it. Let's do it.
I, meanwhile, shall continue to coordinate our forces. Till next we meet, may the 12 bless and keep you.
Oh, he's not a king, he's just a soldier.
It was kind of her to speak with us personally. You may be certain she has no shortage of other responsibility.
Well, I, for one, am inclined to do as her grace requests. Lest we forget Ehrenwald and Fordol are in Pagothan on reconnaissance. The sooner we save the day, the better their chances. Indeed. To the airship!
To the airship!
To the airship we go.
You should put together a short of all the times that we say Pagothan.
Pagothan. Airship landing to Ul'dah. Let's go. Airship landing to Ul'dah. We'll go. Airship landing to Ul'dah. Boom. Made it. You have to go to the Aetheryte. That's the only way to get there. Oh. He is wearing something different. It's the airship landing one.
Found it.
You shall find the Bodrick and I at the end over there, sitting together. What happened?
And me.
Oh yeah. No, but I'm sitting over there.
Oh, hey guys. This is no time for rest. They didn't give us a break.
I don't have the toast emote.
Did he toast? Did I miss it?
Yeah.
Greeting. We've been expecting you.
We've been expecting you. But say the word and we shall depart for Pagothan at once. All right. Are you gonna be joining us, Bodrick?
Morning.
What's up? Did you just say morning?
Yep.
Morning.
I encapsulated a placenta this morning, so
it's so good.
It's been a long day already.
Do you like give it a little bit of a taste? You're like done and you're like,
hell no, that is not my placenta. I will not do that.
What a fantastic placenta this turned out to be.
Incredibly unprofessional. Not to mention totally against all of my training. I would lose my certification.
You go up to your clients and be like, I tested it for you. And
no.
And it was very good.
No, they are instructed that no one touches their placenta capsules except for them. It enters nobody else's body.
I'm thinking like the Slim Jim commercials, like all those other adjectives you could use instead of good to talk about what it is. It tastes like beefy spice.
It is beefy. It is beefy. When I put it on the dehydrator, they're always like, oh, it looks like jerky. Wow, that's my placenta.
This is that what they say?
It is what they say.
All right.
All right, we're going.
I think he's out and about at the moment.
Is it Pogglethon?
Yes.
Did I miss that?
Yep, that's exactly it.
This is the cherry on top dungeon, so
Oh.
you know, like it's the last one.
So it's like it's got a lot of stuff happening.
Yeah, exactly. Funny how fast that went. Yeah, exactly the one that we did with all the co-stars that showed up.
Yeah, that was a quick queue. I guess, I mean, we're really just looking for one DPS. It's a 4-man, right?
Well, I guess fast. I was saying it was like it just feels like yesterday we were doing that thing.
Oh yeah.
Time flies.
Oh,
we're jamming.
I am a fan of this song. Ascian vermin, you shall torment my children no longer. Hello. Let me make sure I have.
This is if you want to wall to wall, this is a mighty one. This is a really big one if you really want to do it.
All right, let's do it then.
It'll surprise you.
All right, let me pick up some stuff and we shall wall to wall. Wait, how come did I missed 2? There's someone attacking someone else. They somehow passed me. Is that our other DPS that is stealing aggro? I believe it is.
I saw it looking at her actually.
Oh.
So the DPS can knock down the debris and make this even crazier.
Wifey, can you knock this thing down called debris? It's called debris.
Wherefore art thou Debris?
Okay, here we go. We're moving. We're moving. I will bubble at the end.
Okay.
All the dragons.
This is it, I think.
Oh, okay. I am bubbled.
Ding, 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 ding.
Oh, probably shouldn't stand on all these AoEs they're throwing out. Oh, uh-oh. There's someone that's not all the dragons.
Oh, they did say this in that scene, like, some of them were lost and they can't be saved.
Yeah. She was very sad. They're better to be killed than be used as tools of evil. Nice. Wait, there's one more. Guys, there's one more standing behind us. I thought we got them all. Since we have one that's not here. Ready, check. Oh, this is a cool looking one. It's like a dragon curl. Oh, I would like for this one to be a mount.
Get your lightning onto a bowl or a lantern and it'll take it off you.
Oh, okay.
And then get away from all of it.
Oh, you're supposed to drop it off and leave. Okay. That's good to know.
Sorry. I forgot the shotgun one, yes. Besides that, it does like a forward and back thing too. Like its tail does something bad and then its mouth does something bad.
Oh, okay.
I don't know the call or whatever for that. And then it'll just repeat.
And then it's back. Oh, okay.
We don't want to stand next to that stuff.
To the balls. Don't stand next to the balls.
I never noticed how. I'm always looking at the health of the boss. I never noticed the that mechanic at all.
You know what took me forever to figure out the mechanic of was against Brendan. Teavy was watching me just like die like multiple times because of the lightning thing. You don't recall it. There's one mechanic where you're supposed to drop the lightning off to the rods that he drops.
Like this?
Yeah, just like this. And I kept dying over and over again. And I didn't understand the how.
I think it's mouth or tail. I think it's gonna trick us into that.
I think he just... Oh, AoE. Wow, that took away a lot. He almost got you. Get away from that. It's kind of a weird move. I guess it's because I'm placing it in the edge. That doesn't really...
Yeah.
Back and forth.
But then again, it has enough time that you generally approach it the other way.
Gotcha.
Oh, I give it to him.
Yeah. You have a lot of stacks, so it's hard to prevent that.
Watch out. Don't stand behind. Boom. Got him.
Feels like everything in here has a ton of life. It just won't die.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that took a while. Very rock and roll of them.
You can see the tower in the distance.
Yeah. That's really
what
cool.
What took you so long?
Who is that?
The Amalts are in trouble. Let's split up.
Justinian.
Oh, that was the camera. All right, we'll keep going. We'll keep going. Am I supposed to pull these guys too? Guess not.
You don't hear. So.
Okay. Glory to Garlemald.
No, it's freaking Amric. I just realized he's standing there.
Oh.
And Lucia.
And Lucia. We were just giving him a hand. Oh, there's a treasure here. Let me open it.
He's doing that paladin combo. Rage of Alone or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, no. 1, 2, 3.
Oh. Is he supposed to be a paladin? He doesn't have a shield, does he?
Blue is good. You don't need to get on this one. It's just the kind of leftover gladiator, you know? Like,
oh, yeah, that's true.
Handy with a sword kind of thing. You know?
Yeah. Wow. I need more dragon breath like that.
Imagine meleeing your kids.
That's a little brutal.
No, treasure. Still nothing interesting. I hope like a helmet drops from her chest so you can see the fit. It's not dyeable though, unfortunately.
Oh, okay. I don't mind them if they're not dyeable, but they're so long as the armor looks cool. Because I've worn some non-dyeable stuff. I think some of my samurai stuff's already non-dyeable.
Obviously it's a boss, but it's one of those like event. It's not like a one thing boss. It's like a whole situation here. Stay frisky on this one. You're gonna have to eyes peeled. There's a lot going on.
Okay. Ready, Jack.
Oh, sorry.
No, not you.
Yeah, of course I'm ready. So when the tubes light up in front of us, you don't want to be in front of them.
Okay, oh.
So there's 3 lanes.
Gotcha.
And they're gonna keep adding things onto that.
Is there space in the middle? There is not. Okay.
No, sorry. Didn't know you were saying over here.
Gotcha.
Our goal is we want to get on top and help fight that big blue wall on top.
Oh.
Slip again?
Yeah.
So we can get up there now by standing in this thing. And we just want to get this thing to 0 health as the fight's over.
Okay.
Of course, the game won't let you do that.
Right.
You want to be up there a little bit.
So even if you're ranged, you have to be here?
I don't know. Because of the sync, I've never really tried it, you know?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh, ouch.
Like, what do you call it? Like, Bismarck, where you had to be on Bismarck in order to hit it.
Great, that's a lot of damage. This is the first time I've hit this one. That's wild. Okay, look out for the blue stuff again. So get in the right lane.
Go to the right lane. Right lane.
Well, let's pick this up. Right lane. And by that I mean left.
Left lane.
And now there's rockets. Don't stand in the way of the rockets.
Don't be in front of the rockets. Got it. There's all the rockets. You have to move out of the rocket. They were coming at both ways.
And there's also this get push me back and don't get in the blue. And then I think after this, another blue. More blue. Oh, they turned off. This might be the last phase.
Oh man, we took away half life right there.
And that'll do it.
Nice. What's that?
A solar flare, though.
Oh yeah. Don't be on the nope zone. Whoa. Oh, I thought that was lava. It's just weak. Oh, I have that mount. That's the Predator mount. Oh, got him. The icon waiteth in the heavens. My child shall bear thee to him. Oh, we're supposed to talk to it. We're supposed to talk to the dragon. No, to the... yeah. Whoa. That's convenient. Don't have to walk in the lava looking weak. Oh, hey, that's him. There's so many.
I will admit, I really don't know how to do this boss.
Oh.
I usually die.
Oh, really? Alright.
Yeah.
Like, die wipe? Or?
Well, I'm usually the tank, so yeah, it's usually a wipe.
Oh, okay.
Well, okay, so they usually die, and then I can't kill them, right? But
oh, right.
This one still catches people out.
Alright. Experiment time.
Predict the boss.
What? It's obviously the Bahamut, right? Wouldn't it be? Why wouldn't it be?
Just check.
It's got a weird face. Wow.
Do you guys know what hexaflare is? Can I say that? Or
hexaflare?
Yeah, how to describe that?
No.
Like a fireball that hits the ground, and then another one hits the ground right next to it, and then right next to it, and it like travels.
Yes.
3 or 4 times.
Yes. So you've seen it.
I believe that's a part of this, as well as like huge tubes of note zones and getting pushed back and.
Okay. All right.
Try to keep it in the middle when you can.
Oh, okay.
We'll have control over some stuff.
Alright, so middle.
Alright, this is the hex thing, so it's showing you that it's going to travel like that.
Okay. Alright.
And then it's going to combine that with one of the things that the first boss did. You know, mouth or tail.
Okay. Oh, I don't think he did a tail. Stack, stack.
Stay here. The old Ankh-Morn.
Oh, so if you move out of that, it keeps damaging you more.
Ankh-Morn was always just like a tantrum that a dragon had with bait and stuff. The tantrum that the dragons all do, and it's usually 4 or 5 hits.
Gotcha.
And get away from what you drop. He's gonna painting the floor. Oh, he's showing me the design of how this is gonna play out, and then he's also saying don't be in the middle afterwards. So I'm gonna let this pop, and then I'm gonna step into it.
Yeah. Oh.
I just dropped this any old place.
Oh, okay.
And then it'll keep happening at that spot.
Oh, all right. Just don't step on that.
Maybe I think.
Oh.
Okay, he's painting the floor, and the only safe spot will show itself in the last second, right in the middle. Which this usually means he'll do the opposite next time, where the edges will be the safe one.
Okay.
And here we think
it is AoE. Oh man, that takes a lot.
Stack on that. Stay there until he's done complaining. I think we've seen everything he's got. It's just we've been through different.
Okay, just gonna put combinations of them.
So watch the preview, then step into that safe spot after it happens. And then he's gonna do butthurt.
Oh no, he got you. Did you run into it? Yeah, it's at the edge.
Yeah. You can see how this is a little tough.
Yeah.
Totally.
2 people are dropping these now.
No. Yeah.
And then we get away from them with the drop.
Away from each other.
Shit, I off that. That's my fault. I have a cooldown on this game. 14 seconds. Third mage guy. Why has she not been doing it? Why am I struggling? She can get this stuff instantly.
Is that an insta-res? Do they have like a insta-cast? Sure cast and
Anything,
stuff?
so anything the red mage casts, the next cast is instantaneous, even res, yeah.
Oh,
so,
that's
very
awesome.
handy.
That's one
Second.
of the other classes I'd want to give a shot as the red mage. That's the only other one really that intrigues me.
Yeah, they're pretty good for progressing in a raid fight.
Yeah.
Preview, so it's showing this happens, and this happens. We're gonna kill it. It's still in.
Don't stand too close next to me.
I was just trying to not die that time.
That wasn't too bad.
None of the good stuff dropped.
Oh, that sucks.
But we did it!
Did it!
Yatta!
Swap places. All right. Nothing cool drop. There was not a single tank gear in there.
No comms?
No, they left. Could have gotten 3 comms if he stayed.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Here we go. Children of man, the shade of my beloved is no more, and I shall forever be in your debt. By your deeds are we set free, and free we shall remain, as long as I draw breath. Never again shall the dragons of Meracidia hearken to the lies of Hessians. This I vow. I didn't expect her to be green.
Noble warrior, the dragons chose their friends.
Who's that? Oh, he's an Amaja.
Long have our peoples waged war, but no more. Your fallen lie beside our own. By our words and deeds shall we honor their
We would be proud to call you our allies.
The enemy of our enemy is our friend. You've proven yourselves worthy of our trust. It is the Garleans who are deserving of our fury. I shall see that my brethren learn the truth of this day, and rally as many as possible to the cause till we meet again.
And thus did we make allies of the Amalja.
It would certainly seem that way. The Sultana will be pleased. Let's go and give her the good news, shall we?
Tis the tower, the one that makes people go crazy.
Sometime earlier, inside the Paglothan Tower.
Oh no, Ehrenwald. What are they? Titans.
What in Relga's name happened here?
Yeah, that's what it kind of looked like.
The gods only know. But you can bet these poor sods aren't here by choice.
It doesn't bother them. They squelch every time they take a step.
Quickly! We've got to get them free!
Get back!
No! What have I done?
What have you done?
It's too late for them. We're leaving, now!
Oh my goodness.
What is happening? Don't step on it. Go around it. Why would you step right on it?
Oh no.
No. Oh! Don't you dare! We came together and we're leaving together!
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no.
Oh my god.
While it would be too much to hope that we have seen the last of Fandaniel, we have dealt his schemes a telling blow this day, and that alone is cause to celebrate. And celebrate I will, when we have received word of Ehrenwald's safe return. Well, you didn't see what we just saw, Alfie.
Cool.
When the dust settles. Oh no, it's not a talking. Standing around here worrying is not going to help matters. Come, we must discuss the day's events with Pippin and her grace.
Brave scions. Would that I could treat you to a hero's welcome, but I bear urgent news from the frontistery.
Your grace, whatever is the matter?
As our troops withdrew from Pagelthon, they came upon the 2 scouts sent to the nearby tower. I have yet to hear a full account, but it seems that one of them, your friend, I believe, had been wounded and was being dragged away by the other.
Oh, no. I must go. Forgive me, your grace. Can you tell us aught of Ehrenwald's condition, your grace? The wounded scout.
Not save that it is grave. The chirurgeons tend to him even as we speak. The infirmary must be inundated with the wounded. If all of us go, we'll only get underfoot. Seavy, Estinian, would you mind going after Alphino? He may need some support from someone other than me.
Very well.
Thank you. The rest of us will see that the relevant people know what took place in Pagelthon.
Alchemist Guild. It's where the angel stands, jumping. Another one come to see the lad in silver armor. Master Demiliat is attending to him as we speak. If you would be so kind as to wait. What did Master Demiliat say? Tell me his exact words.
Let the chirurgeons do their work.
But you're right. Forgive me. When we said our farewells to Ehrenwald, I was afraid that something like this might happen. But now that it has, all we can do is wait. It's music.
Fordola, have you been waiting here all this time?
We have done what we can. The rest is up to him.
May we see him?
I do not think that wise. You must let him sleep.
Thank you for bringing him back. He owes you his life. I just wish I had been there. Perhaps, I don't know, perhaps I could have...
Could have what? Got tempered? Don't flatter yourself. You can't save everyone. No one can. Not even the warrior of bloody light. People die all the time. For no good reason. And those who take up the sword die quicker than most. If you're going to shed a tear every time a soldier falls on the battlefield, you'd best stay away. It's no place for the weak of heart.
Alfie's not a soldier.
May be. Victory cannot be won without cost.
Depends on who you ask.
But all life is precious, and I refuse to shrug at its loss.
All life is precious! Oh, you need to grow up, little man, before your sparkling ideals get everyone killed.
You're right. He is idealistic. But the world has more than its fair share of realists, like you and me.
Yeah.
It's people like him who dare to dream that things could be better and make it happen against all the odds. They are the ones whose names live on forever. The heroes.
Oh, okay.
The battlefield's littered with would-be heroes. At this rate, you'll lot'll be next. And what'll become of your precious dreams then? They'll be gone, like dust on the wind.
I don't even think she's a realist. I think she's a pessimist.
Dreams worth fighting for don't die so easily.
Well then.
Right?
He says stuff when nobody's looking. Oh. I know. There's nothing more I can do here. Come, let us rejoin the others. Her Grace invites the Scions to the seventh dawn to join her in the fragrant chamber. Your comrades have already arrived. Will the three of you be joining?
Does the fragrant chamber smell good?
I'm sure it does. Probably has flowers and stuff. We will.
Your Grace, pray forgive us our lateness.
Think not of that. I understand a close comrade of yours was wounded in the line of duty, Arenvold. It was at the Alliance's behest that he risked all, and we are grieved to hear of his condition. Rest assured, he will receive the finest care our chirurgeons can provide. On that you have my word. Now, we would share with you the findings of the mission. Pippin, pray relate to our guests the details of Fordola's account.
So they touched the thing, and then a black Ifrit came out and went, "Roar!" And then we didn't see what happened afterward.
First Bahamut, now Ifrit. Or Lunar Ifrit, as Fandaniel would doubtless have it.
Mayhap they do not. If mere proximity to the towers is enough to make loyal servants of the Empire's mortal enemies, it stands to reason that the same is true for those held captive. They invoke their gods for the good of Garlemald, and in their disturbed state of mind, summon a primal whose form reflects their own alteration.
It all begins to make sense. Upon closer inspection, I realized that the towers bear a striking resemblance to a much larger structure which Urianger and I observed from afar during our visit to the Imperial capital. Assuming it too is capable of tempering those in its immediate vicinity, it would go some way to explain the swiftness with which the Telophoroi managed to rally so many Imperials to their cause.
While the situation in Garlemald is indeed troubling, I fear we have more immediate concerns. Ifrit was not the only primal summoned. At approximately the same time, observers at several other towers bore witness to the emergence of further such entities. For a blessing, none appear to wield aught approaching the destructive power of Bahamut, and the Grand Companies are moving to deal with the threat even as we speak.
You need only tell me where they are, Your Grace.
Though we are aware that the task will not be easy, we would call upon the Scions only as a last resort. Pray, conserve your strength for now. After all, it was not so very long ago that you rid us of Bahamut. On which note, I am pleased to report that our talks with the Amalja have reached an agreeable conclusion. They have pledged their full support to our cause. It is our hope that this historic agreement will encourage other tribes to join us at the negotiating table. And I know that I speak for all of the Allied leaders when I say that we will welcome them with open arms at such time as they do. Of course, this was only made possible by the feats of heroism performed at Paglfan. Moreover, we shall not allow the sacrifices of those fallen in battle to have been made in vain. As hope leads to victory, shall victory lead to a new dawn for Eorzea.
May these words ever be our guide, Your Grace.
Now, if you will forgive me, I must consult with the Syndicate on the matter of our new allies' integration. Till next we meet, my friends, I bid you safe travels and blessed respite.
Respite.
Right then. Unless anyone has any objections, I think it's about time we return to the Rising Stone. That includes you, Alphino. Arenvold is in good hands here.
Of course. He would doubtless mock me for pacing about the infirmary. Let us retire, then, that we might regain our strength and readiness for the coming challenges. If all are in agreement, then, I shall let Krile know to expect us. A hot bath and a hearty meal shouldn't be beyond arranging with the time available. It would be good to be home. I have some thinking to do. Yes, I'll try asking him. And thank you. I shall look forward to it. Our comrades eagerly await our return, and Krile in particular has a few matters she is keen to discuss. one of which concerns you, Estinian. Believe it or not, you will join us, won't you? Really? I thought you said you were avoiding the Baldesian women.
That one Baldesian woman.
If I refused, she would only pursue me. Let's get this over with, shall we? The Baldesian woman. It is inside.
I know, I always get confused when I come.
This is my giraffe. Did you see a giraffe?
I saw. I already saw.
It's nothing special. A lot of people
No,
have
he's
already
really
had that.
cool.
Welcome back. I expect you must all be exhausted. Ere you take your rest, however, I would beg a moment of your time. Thanks to Arenvold's selfless efforts, we may now be confident that we understand the function of the towers. But many questions remain regarding the reason for the summonings and what lurks behind the looming edifice in Garlemald. Until such questions are answered, we will struggle to devise an effective strategy for thwarting the Telophoroi's stated aim. Nothing less than the destruction of this star. And so, given the gravity of the situation, I move that we petition the aid of Sharlayan.
They've always just talked about it. They've never actually
It is possible
seen
the
it.
ancient knowledge preserved within our archives may hide a clue to our enemy's methods. But given Sharlayan's established policy of non-intervention, our former colleagues are not like to aid us in its discovery.
Oh, I well remember what they're like. The Forum's barefaced refusal to assist you in the days prior to the calamity must rank as Sharlayan's most shameful act since the Exodus. But were the final days to be reenacted, it would spell doom for us all. Surely even they cannot turn a blind eye to that. I trust we are all of the same mind on this matter. Urgent as it seemed, I took the liberty of petitioning the Alliance for leave to act as Eorzea's emissary, and have since received their blessing.
I presume your role as a student of Baldesian will carry some weight with the Forum?
One can but hope. If truth be told, our organization has been a shadow of its former self ever since the disappearance of the Isle of Val. But the name does still retain some degree of prestige. I only pray it will be enough.
But they found the isle. This is Eureka.
If there are no objections, I shall depart for Sharlayan at once. But before I do, I should also mention the other matter to which I would devote some time during my stay. After hearing what transpired in the first, I began to question the true nature of Hydaelyn's blessing, a topic I have discussed at some length with Y'shtola.
We were wondering, when was the last time Hydaelyn spoke to you directly?
Since A Realm Reborn.
That day in the Crystarium.
Did it? I don't remember that day.
I don't remember.
I can say the day in the Crystarium.
To our knowledge, however, she has not sought to intervene in man's affairs for some considerable time.
Might not the explanation for that lie with her choice of champion? Mayhap she is content to trust in her judgment.
True that. That's us.
Mayhap she is. But following my initial discussion with Kryl, I made inquiries of my own. And as far as I am able to tell, Hydaelyn has not made her will known to anyone.
During my time in the First, the Oracle of Light spoke to me through Reen. But that was not the will of Hydaelyn. It was Minfilia herself.
Indeed, and while she and Hydaelyn were inextricably linked, Minfilia yet acted of her own volition. A messenger, yes, but one who spoke with her own voice.
I wonder, could Hydaelyn's silence suggest the presence of some disruptive force, perhaps? Some obstacle to communication? While I share Urianger's high opinion of your conduct, I see no reason why she would deny you her guidance altogether. Then again, who am I to say? The fact is, we simply don't know. But if the explanation is to be found anywhere, I can think of worse places to look than the archives of Sharlayan, and their research on the Ethereal Sea in particular. Resolved though I am to go, believe me when I say that I take no pleasure in the thought of leaving you a member short. Now, of all times, Estinian, we stand on the eve of a struggle that will decide the fate of this star. One in which we Scions may play a telling part, yet we are but few in number. And so I must ask you again, will you join us?
Fine.
You see the world the way you want it to be. I see the world the way it is. You are idealistic to a fault, but I know you would never turn your back on those in need. Never close your eyes to their suffering. And somehow, your deeds lend truth to your words, giving the lie to my doubts in so doing. I have seen others draw strength from your belief. In Ishgard, in Alamigo. You inspired them to stand up and fight, to win, no less. And even when you lost those you held dear, you carried their spirit with you, and made their memory your guiding light. The burden of so many hopes and dreams would be too heavy for most to bear. But you bear it willingly, as you have shown me. Some dreams are too important to let go. If you have need of my strength, it's yours. After all you've done, how could I refuse?
Thank you, Estinian. Whatever challenges await us, I shall not falter. You have my word.
Yes, friend.
Given the individuals involved.
I shall do my very best. Farewell.
We moved out of the way. That was fun. Meanwhile, wow, he's really busy looking for a sword. None of these are good, apparently. Look at all my swords I've stuck in the ground. No.
It will not affect our plans, I trust.
Oh, hardly at all. Though, admittedly, the chances of us being able to procure any more Mericidian dragons are rather slimmer following Tiamat's reappearance. But the seeds have been sown, my lord. We have only to wait for them to quicken. Speaking of preparations, is it safe to assume that you will be ready to control you-know-what?
The hour draws nigh. This nation, forged for Ascian ends, will finally prove its worth.
A mighty empire!
Uh-oh.
Which brings me back to our earlier topic. My lord, while I appreciate that it is not an easy decision, it really is past time you chose your weapon.
There is one that I have been meaning to test.
He's got a great outfit on.
Yeah. Did he lose his booty?
Well, not quite what I was expecting. Though I will say, it does seem rather apt.
I think he did. But he's got a great coat.
Yeah. What does it look like? Show it. Ah, didn't show us.
Well, looks like I'm gonna have a busy few moons. Not that they ever seem to be anything but. Thancred's got me dispatching troops to every corner of the realm. Which is not to say I don't trust the Alliance, because I do. But when it comes to putting down primals, nobody does it better than us. Well, than you lot, more accurately. You won't catch me trading blows with a primal in the near future. But for every fell fiend you vanquish, there's countless meals to arrange, baths to fill, sheets to wash, stores to replenish, and the list goes on. Which is where I come in. And gladly, mind you. It's the least I can do to support the Scions who risk life and limb, like poor Arenvald. I wish there was something we could do for him. But we'll just have to settle for saying the odd prayer and keeping a roof over our heads. Wouldn't do to have him come back to a complete shambles, now would it? But that's enough of my rambling. Off you go and get some rest.
Off you pop.
Off you pop. If there are any developments, I promise you'll be the first to know.
That's it.
Wow, we got a trophy.
Part 1. Part 1.
Trophy.
AI doesn't know where I am. Doesn't know.
Cool.
All right. 5-minute break and then Baldur's Gate.
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
Yeah. You still on, Bodrick? Did you want a Baldur's Gate next?
Yeah. He'll see if we're on or not.
Cool.
Oh yeah, he's there.
Dude.
Otherwise, you were just gonna put you in the Harry Potter. What'd you describe it as?
Dumbledore.
The Harry Potter.
Harry Potter closet.
Closet. 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
What? That was it for. Wait, hold on.
Without any discipline at all.
That was it for Final Fantasy.
Final Fantasy. Is that the right camera?
Yeah, I get. No.
Oh well.